Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 5 Minute Find, where we share family history tips in 5 minutes or less. I'm Amy Johnson Crow, and in this episode, we're going to talk about searching and using baptism records. Why look at baptism records? Well, they are often kept earlier than the records that the government kept, often called civil birth records. And even if you already have the civil birth record for your ancestor, that baptism record might have information that the civil birth record doesn't. It might list the mother's maiden name, and it usually lists the names of the sponsors or godparents, who are often relatives, so it's a great clue of other people who are associated with your family. And baptism records are a wonderful way of discovering children who died soon after birth. If a child was born and there was a fear that they would die soon, the parents may not have been concerned about recording a civil birth record, but they could have been very concerned about having the child baptized. A word of caution: be certain that you understand who that religion baptizes. Was it infants and sometimes adults, or was it adults only? If that religion is baptizing only adults, you might have a little bit of skewing of the ages. So just do a little bit of background research and see who that religion is baptizing, so you're not making false assumptions about the age of the person being baptized. When you're finding baptism records on Ancestry.com, one way that you can do it is to go into search and click on birth, marriage, and death. And you can narrow it down further from that page then by clicking on the category birth, baptism, and christening. Now, I was interested in finding a baptism record for Mary Jemima Ramsey, who, according to the census, was born around 1846 in Pennsylvania. So I entered her information, and I gave myself a little bit of a fudge factor with her birth year. We know how those censuses can be a little off on the birth year. So I gave myself plus or minus 2. One of the results I got was from the Pennsylvania and New Jersey church and town records, with parents Charlotte and Thomas Ramsey. So I can click on this record to get more information. And I see her birth date of 22 June 1846, baptized the 6th of June 1847, being baptized in Philadelphia, again with her parents, and she's being baptized in Calvary Episcopal Church in Philadelphia. Whenever you have a record that gives you the option of looking at that original image, you want to do that because there's often more information on that image. Take a look at the other information that we see here on her original baptism record. We see that she's being baptized at the same time, meaning the same time as the person above, the 6th of June, 1847. And we see Mary Jemima, daughter of Thomas and Charlotte Ramsey, born the 22nd of June, 1846, and her sponsors are Mary Way, Maria Way, and John Weil. Interestingly enough, the same sponsors of the child above. Now, Mary, Maria, and John, they might be related. This record doesn't specify a relationship, but I want to keep those names in mind because, as I mentioned, sponsors are often related. Children in a family are often baptized at the same church, so I want to look for more baptisms here in this collection. So I can click up here on the name of this collection and search specifically, but I don't know the names. Well, I'm going to leave the child's name blank, and I'm going to search by parents. So down here at the bottom, I'm going to choose a family member. I'm going to search by father, Thomas Ramsey, and mother Charlotte. And I have several results, several in Philadelphia County. 2 of these records are from that same church, Calvary Episcopal, including Elizabeth and Sarah. Look at those sponsors. The sponsor, Maria Way, who is an aunt, and Mary Way, who is a grandmother, specifying relationships. So not only have we added 2 more children to this family, we've also added an aunt and a grandmother. Baptism records are a wonderful way to extend your family. Take a look at baptism records today.